Good morning, and I'd like to call this hearing of the Senate Small Business Committee on Small Business and Entrepreneurship to order this morning. Senator Snowe is on her way, but for everyone's schedule, I'd like to go ahead and begin. And I thank our witnesses for juggling your busy schedules to be here today for this important hearing. The purpose of today's hearing is to discuss the reauthorization of the federal government's two largest research and development programs for small, highly innovative companies in America, the Small Business Innovation and Research Program and the Small Business Technology Transfer Program, better known as SBIR and STTR. These programs, as we know, were created in 1982 and 92, respectively, by Senator Warren Rudman and Congressman John LaFosse and Ike Skelton, and many others, but those were our leaders. Unfortunately, these programs have been operating by short-term extensions since October of 2008, and it is a high priority for me, good morning, Senator, and I hope for this committee to adopt a comprehensive long-term reauthorization bill as soon as possible, but certainly before this current extension expires on May 31. The agencies of the federal government that participate in these programs and the entrepreneurs that depend on their smooth operation deserve our best efforts. And 3-month, 6-month, 9-month authorizations is not getting the job done. Of course, we aren't in this mess for lack of trying. This committee, under my leadership and also under the leadership of Senators Snowe and Kerry, have literally tried since 2006 to get a bill to the President's desk. We have compromised, we have worked, we have met with a variety of organizations and groups trying to find a path forward to provide this long-term stability and reauthorization that this program deserves, our businesses need, and our entrepreneurs in America are depending on. We've passed out bills out of this committee and through the full Senate numerous times with broad bipartisan support. We've also successfully attached this reauthorization legislation to must-pass bills, like the Defense Authorization Act, with the help of the leadership of that committee. However, in December of last year, we were able to pass and send to the House a new compromise that blended the House and Senate versions as well as we could, bringing advocates together that had been divided for 6 years. Representatives of the two key negotiators of that compromise will testify here today, the Biotechnology Industry Organization, BIO, and the Small Business Technology Coalition. In addition to BIO and SBTC, the compromise continues to have the support of the National Small Business Association, the U.S. Chamber of Commerce, NFIB, the National Venture Capital Association, local technology groups, and some universities, many actually, including LSU in my home state, Louisiana Tech, and the University of Akron, just to name a few, and I will submit other letters of support for the record. No other SBIR and STT authorization bill in Congress up to this point has had the support of all of these organizations, so I'm hoping with the firepower behind this particular compromise, we can actually get it to the President's desk in just a few months. It's a delicate balance, and I really appreciate everyone's support. We wanted, of course, a permanent reauthorization. We thought that would send a very positive signal, but with the good work of Senator Colburn and others, we've agreed to an 8-year reauthorization, which we think that we can live with and meets the goals of some at least long-term outlook. This compromise will not only give small businesses the confidence to invest in these programs, but also to preserve the integrity of the program that has a history of creating jobs in our country. I'm just going to go through really briefly a few quick examples because I think it's worth restating for the record. In Louisiana, we're home to Mazo Technologies. Mazo received a $100,000 grant. It funded some new developments regarding a radiator that runs cooler, basically to help the Bradley tank with all of its deployments into hot places in the world. We thought that would be very helpful. Not only has it exceeded its goals in that regard, but now this technology is right now being transferred to the racing car industry that can also use radiators that run much cooler. And I don't need to explain how that would work on a racetrack. In St. Francisville, Louisiana, RBAT received a $100,000 jump start to their research. And these are just two examples of small businesses. I think they created suits for our Army and military that were also cooling opportunities to keep them safe and cooler in their deployments. In the state of Maine, and I'm sure the Senator will talk about others, a small company developed controls that monitor the accuracy in medical test results for leukemia patients. The Maine molecular quality control could not function without SBIR funding when it first started, but today they're completely supported, very successful on their own revenues. One of our witnesses today is Dr. Irwin Jacobs, co-founder of Qualcomm, a very famous company now, but many years ago it was not so famous. Dr. Jacobs, we're interested in your testimony explaining how this particular program was helpful and supportive. But let me just tell you what the San Diego Chamber of Commerce said about the program. According to the San Diego Regional Chamber of Commerce study in 2008, Qualcomm's total impact to the San Diego region was approximately $5.5 billion and has supported over 26,000 jobs. That's Qualcomm's story, and Dr. Jacobs will fill in a lot of those details. Maybe some of you woke up this morning and picked up an electric toothbrush. You can thank SBIR for keeping the plaque off of our teeth, and it's a little, and gingivitis too, because the SBIR program helped fund some initial technology that created the mechanism inside of those toothbrushes with grants from this program that have wide applications now throughout our country. And finally, in Huntsville, Alabama, Gator, with a $1.2 million grant, created an inflatable antenna which provides immediate emergency internet access and cell phone coverage. I was personally shocked in the aftermath of Katrina to be standing on the platform of the Superdome with an entire region underwater and literally hundreds of thousands of people screaming for help. And the phone technology that we had just 5.5 years ago was not sufficient to organize that evacuation. Research like this, inflatable technologies, little balloons that can literally be landed in some place where there are no roads, there are no access by train, or when the airports are shut in. Haiti comes to mind, or other places that can give immediate communication. These are the kinds of things that are being developed in this country that are not only life-saving measures, but they produce the kind of innovative technologies that lead to new companies, growing companies, and jobs for America. So I'm going to submit the rest of my remarks for the record and call on Senator Snowe, but I'd like to congratulate Nifty Technology in Ruston, Louisiana, on being awarded this year the Tibbetts Award for, of course, the founding scientists that helped to develop this program after 30 years of work with the National Science Foundation, and they coincidentally received the award, Senator Snowe, this year. So we're very, very proud of them. So I'd now like to turn it over to Ranking Member Snowe for her opening statement, then we'll go right into the record of experts here that can talk from their perspective about the importance of this program. Senator Snowe.